This is the much awaited BSA that I've been waiting for so many days since they announced this is coming back. And BSA, it's a true vintage motorcycle. All the other motorcycles that we see that have been reborn from their old predecessors, this guy is the big daddy of all of them. And one beautiful thing that Mahindra does with its reborn motorcycles, like they bought back Java and they bought back SD. One thing they do very well is that they don't change much of the motorcycle. They keep everything the way it was. They just give it a new engine. All the components that we see on this bike resemble and are almost exactly the replica of the old BSA Goldstar 650 that we saw, and that's what I absolutely love about the way this motorcycle looks. Right from the way it looks, the tank, the logos, and even the speedometer, it really gives you a sense of true vintage when you sit on this motorcycle or when you look at it from a distance. A 652cc single-cylinder liquid-cooled engine. We are yet to try out this retro motorcycle. Good things take time, so stay tuned for the ride review. But right now let's focus on what is new, what they have given in this motorcycle, and is it worth the price that you pay, all the things that you get for the price you pay for this motorcycle. I would have liked a double-cylindered engine, but this is good too. It has a rawness, it has a unique character to itself, it's a punchy engine. Let's start the tires. They have given us a Pirelli Phantom Sports Comp. This was the tire when I bought my GT650. This was the stock tire that came, but now Royal Enfield has done some cost cutting and given us it. It's good to see that this 650 comes with a Phantom Super Sport. This BSA gets a 320mm front disc with a 255mm rear disc from Brembo. Front forks looks USD, but it's a telescopic hydraulic fork with cover tubes, which gives it a bulky look. I love the fact that they've kept the halogen to give it a more vintage feel. And of course, if we come to the tank, we have the BSA logo. It looks really premium, the tank shape and the logo, it's really good. It feels really good. And if we move on to the engine has the same silhouette of the old BSA, which I also love. Everything about this motorcycle, I love how they kept everything from the old BSA. We have the same silhouette of the old engine, but this is a single cylinder engine, just a little bit short when we compare it to the 650 twins from Royal Enfield, but it has its own character. We'll get to that when we do a ride review, but as of now, I love how the way it looks. It's a single cylinder engine. It's just a bit short in comparison to the performance of the 650, but yeah, it's fast enough, and it's fast enough for what a cruiser should do. And if we move to the side panels, it has the three rifles of the BSA and has a small gold star logo. Not too much detailing on the side panels, just a small premium logo which makes it look good. Simple is better. The bike looks its best from its side profile. As I've said, it's got the old engine, these beautiful matte black exhaust pipes with the old design. It has the same shape as the old design, which I absolutely love. It looks like a shotgun. And we have dual shocks in the BSA. These also look retro. The fenders on the rear are also really good looking, but I'm not a big fan of the tail lamps in the back. Maybe they could have tried something different, but they tried to keep it original, which is good, but I'm not a big fan of this design. We also have really wide seats. The width of the seat and the comfort is really good, and it really goes well with the bike. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be a comfortable seat for the rider and the pillion if you want to do a long ride. And the ergonomics is really good on this motorcycle. If we look at it, we have a perfect rider's triangle. I'm a short rider and this is a perfect position for me. It's really comfortable. You can have a laid back riding experience on this motorcycle, and the seats are pretty wide, so it's really comfortable when you sit on this motorcycle for long rides in the city, as well as the height. This motorcycle has a saddle height of 782mm, which was perfect for me. I'm 5'4" and I could plant both my feet on the ground. It has a curb weight of 201 kilos, but for me that is my everyday ride, so that was not an issue for me, but you should keep that in mind when you're considering this motorcycle. You get 110/90 18 inches in the front and 150/70 17 inches in the rear. You get spoked wheels but with tubeless tires. That's an excellent thing from BSA. Now you don't have to worry about having spoked wheels when you get tubeless tires. If there's a puncture issue, you can easily get it sorted out. We get small indicators on this motorcycle which look really good with this motorcycle. It goes really well while maintaining the retro essence, but the indicator cups are plastic, so the quality will be compromised
as time goes on, and some parts where the quality was compromised where is that you can see that the welds on the chassis has not been finished in some areas. So that was a bit of a bummer to me, but otherwise the way this motorcycle looks, the tank, the side panels, the instrument cluster, and all the other parts are very premium. They're of good quality and they will last for a long time. This is the most premium motorcycle in their lineup, and I would expect them to put a little bit more effort instead of trying to cost cut. For example, with the switch panels, it is the same as the ones we get in the SD or the Javas. I wish they would have made a new design, a new, much more premium feeling switch panel, which would have been much better.
This is how the BSA looks when you sit on the BSA. Now here we got charging ports, we got USB-C, and we got a universal USB port here. The keys are bulky and good. They look premium, but the quality is decent, and we have a very bulky bike feel here, a retro instrument cluster unit. We just have the trip information, and we have a really retro style instrument cluster, which I absolutely love. Now we have a digital unit here which shows the neutral indicator, the side stand, the ABS, and the oil levels. So this is really retro looking motorcycle. We got wide handlebars, a really comfortable seating, ergonomic position. So this is going to be a really laid back, comfortable ride, as well as the feel you get when you look at this. When you look at the view we got here, it looks really retro, and I'm a sucker for retro motorcycles and the retro feel. Now you got a beautiful fuel cap here which says established in 1903. We got the BSA 3 rifles, which looks really good. We have a power socket on the side of the BSA. I'm not sure what this is for, but this will come in really handy for long trips, I'm hoping. So this is a good addition, a thoughtful addition from BSA. Maybe this can be used for an auxiliary GPS of some sorts, or any other devices that you want to install later on this motorcycle. This power source will be really useful. So that is a thoughtful thing that BSA has put in this motorcycle.
There is a rifle logo of the BSA on the engine, which is a sticker that has been stuck to the engine's metal plate, which I don't like. When I'm getting a premium motorcycle, I would like to have something engraved. Maybe if they engraved the rifle on it, it would have been much more retro, much more vintage. It would have given me a good feel. This just feels like a copy of the BSA. It makes you realize that it's a copy of the original BSA, which I didn't like, but I mean, they did what they could best. They had to cut some corners. This motorcycle comes with some really good vintage colorways. We got the Highland green and insignia red, we got the midnight black and down silver, shadow black, and we also have the legacy edition sheen silver. Personally, my favorite would be the legacy edition and the shadow black. They look really good. Now the on-road prices for Pondicherry ranges from 3.45 lakhs to 3.85 lakh, the legacy edition being the most expensive one, that is 3.85 lakhs. All the prices in the market have gone up for these motorcycles. If you want to get a twin 650 now, you have to spend more than 4 lakhs. When I got my motorcycle, it was barely 3.5, below 3.5, and now you have to pay 3.85 for a single cylinder 650. This is fine. This is a much cheaper option than the twins. If this is in your budget, then this is a very good motorcycle. But if you want a more smooth, more refined, and a bit more power, then you should go for the twin 650s. But this motorcycle is a true essence of vintage. I don't think even Royal Enfield, the twin 650s, has that much of a vintage essence as compared to the BSA, the way it looks especially.